the Zskera vaults, okay? I still don't really understand what the hell these are. This, to me, it does sound like another Torghast event. If you're wondering what these are, I believe this is the system that's supposed to upgrade the new ring that we're getting. So we're getting a new ring. It's going to be a best-in-slot ring for every single person. And essentially, we're going to be using the Zskera vaults to upgrade that ring. I'm not exactly sure yet. Maybe Preach is going to explain it to us here. But I figured we'd watch a little bit of a video about it because all of this is going to be relevant here in 10.0.7. So let's see what this is all about.
It is not Torghast!
Let's
go.
Okay, well, I guess we can just end the video there. That's all I wanted to know. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't Torghast. Okay, we're good. Let's get into the... No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Okay, we're going to finish the video. Is it like a cock ring? Yeah, pretty much.
Last time we spoke on World of Warcraft, I told you that I was having a blast with Dragonflight. I was playing it in my casual time off stream, and I was waiting for the next big piece of content. I got my character, my one character that I'm sticking to for now, up to the point where he was just farming Mythic Plus and farming raids, and that was kind of where he wanted to be. So we are going to get, just in a couple of weeks, March 21st, 10.07. The PTR's been up for a while, but it's been changing a lot, and as I want to be more concise with my WoW videos, I waited till now to have a look at it, and there have been several changes, so I'm glad I did that. And a lot of people are telling me, it's like, hey, it's the new Torghast. They're iterating on Torghast. And I was like, what?
I hope that, man.
This is a new Blizzard we're dealing with. They're communicating well. Are they actually...
I'm not going to lie, I have PTSD from Torghast. It kind of takes me back to like mid-pandemic, which was not a bad time now that I look back at it. You know, the lockdown wasn't so bad. Not going to lie. I don't know if it's just the gamer in me, but I kind of miss those days. Besides that, Torghast was... I didn't enjoy it. I did it at a minimum. It was something that I didn't care for and didn't want to do very often.
Going forward with iterating on that
Diablo
old
4
content
beta
and being like,
today.
hey, what
Yes,
did we do
that's
wrong?
right.
Let's do it right. But Blizzard has been pretty clear about something. Before 10.07 launches, 10.1 is already like on the PTR. We're going to be looking at that this week, so stay tuned for it. And they're trying to put the message out there. 10.0.7 is not a big patch. It's not supposed to be. Please, God, will you take a look at 10.1 where the new raid and stuff is? This is a filler patch. This is an in-between patch. This is part of the workflow of more content, more content, more content to keep you interested in World of Warcraft rather than big spates and big gaps that are coming between it. Think of this as similar to like a Brawlers Guild patch. That's what we're getting, along with a bunch of class changes and all kinds of things going on. This is what this patch is going to be focused on. And where are we going? We're going to a new zone. It's actually not a new zone. We're going to the Forbidden Reach. If you've played an Evoker, and I assume most of you have, you will recognize this zone. It's the starter zone for the Evoker. Yep. That's where we're heading to. And we're going to be doing a few things that I find a little confusing, and then one big thing that this whole zone is designed around, which is going to be the Zskera Vault.
Yes,
so let's get started. First of all, we got new dragon glyphs. All right. Now, I mentioned in my preview of 10.1 is that I'm really interested when we get to the cavern what the new dragon glyphs are going to be like. And I'm going to look at that this week. Because
these were fun to get on stream.
With the 10.07, I'd already played it, is the dragon glyphs are kind of as normal as they are in the world. Now, I've no doubt most of you will use a weak aura or something to just get them in like 2 minutes. I didn't have any add-ons because it's the PTR, and I found them all in like 20 minutes. They're very easy to pick up. There's only 5 of them, 8 of them, something like that. But you get a big message saying, hey...
I think dragon glyphs were a really fun thing. The best thing about dragon glyphs was, for one, they weren't really time-gated, so you could just do them. They were a really, really cool way to explore the zone. And in terms of streaming, they were fun because at the beginning, I didn't have the weak aura either. And people were just kind of pointing like, oh, Sam, you missed it. It's up there. And it was just a fun way to explore the zone. I like dragon glyphs a lot, and I thought they were a very fun way to explore and to learn how to dragon ride.
There's a dragon glyph nearby, and you just go and pick it up.
I already have
They're all in the places you would expect them to be. If you've done the initial ones throughout Dragonflight, you will find them very quickly. And the main addition is going to be the stop function. I have no idea why anybody would want this. I've seen people ask for it on occasion.
I don't know either. I was really excited when I saw the stop thing because I thought maybe it was going to be a hover function. That's what we're missing here, is like an ability just to stop and just hover in place, right? I wish they would give us something like that, but I don't see myself really using a stop function.
I don't get it. I have no idea. I've played around with it now. I'm like, I don't get it. Well, I guess. So what the mechanic is if you're going at super high speed or any speed at all, your dragon will come to a complete dead stop. And once you've unlocked both of the new traits, you also gain a vigor, so you can turn around if you want to. That was the only thing I found. I was like, why wouldn't I just turn around with my mouse? I don't know, but there are definitely a portion of the community who do not like dragon flying. I'm not going to pretend that doesn't exist. It absolutely exists.
What?
This might alleviate some of the issues they have with motion sickness and the fact that they just don't like the speed, the sense of speed that doesn't work really hard on. They don't like it. They prefer the old style. It's not hover. Doesn't let you hover. Your dragon just comes to a stop.
I know a lot of people are excited for that today.
You just dead stop, and then you gain a vigor so you can take off again in another direction. I personally don't see the point in it, but it is what you're getting. It is one of those things. So, as you can expect with a new open zone for end-level content, yes, there's a new currency that exists. It's called Elemental Overflow. You get quite a lot of this. I've probably done maybe 7 or 8 hours of this zone, and I've got like tens of thousands of this stuff that you pick up. And you get a few daily quests every day. These really are just to give you some Elemental Overflow that you can spend. And I want to point something out. This zone is entirely about cosmetics. That's what it's about. It's about cosmetics and catch-up gear.
Sure.
That's it. Gearing your alts. It's a small patch with a bit of a fun system that we're getting to that's designed around getting a load of cosmetics. There was a lot of complaints at the lack of cosmetics,
transmog patch,
things like that came with the launch of Dragonflight compared to a normal WoW expansion. Obviously, in tow with dragon riding coming in, that they didn't have access to a ton of new mounts. There's a lot more coming in 10.1. But this is really about picking up a lot of cosmetics and pets and things like that. So that's what's going on out there. Now, one thing I do want to mention about the daily quests is that you can choose which renown faction you want to focus on. You'll get a little NPC, very similar to what we saw in Nazjatar, where you got a little NPC that comes with you. It's not as involved as Nazjatar. There's no like rep to grind with that guy or anything. It will literally let you select, oh, I would prefer to get Tusk.
You know what I realized this system really is? It's the tabard system, which I've been asking for to come back for quite a while, but this is essentially the tabard system. Well, the tabard system used to affect dungeons, but basically you pick which faction you want to grind out rep for the day with. Just like you used to decide, well, I need to gain rep with whoever, so I'm gonna put this tabard on that goes with them today, and I'm gonna run dungeons and get rep with them. So you just pick your faction and then you get rep with them.
Something like that to help you boost those renown levels up, get you caught up if you've been slacking on them for a while or you've not played Dragonflight for a while. You'll get a nice big boost to reputation through those guys. Now, let's start with the catch-up gear then, because I mentioned that and gearing your alts. So what you'll find, very similar to what you've seen in the Thunder Isle, Timeless Isle, things like that, is that you'll kill mobs and they will randomly drop a piece of epic gear. You saw this in Zereth Mortis as well, and pretty much every other zone that's like this. That will give you a piece of gear that is bind on accounts, so you can send it off to your alts, and it will turn it into a piece of 385 gear. That's what it will do. Now, you're going to
385 catch-up gear.
You're like, 385, Mike? Like, what the hell? That's not any good. What you'll also find is you will drop epic upgrade items that you can go to a guy on the island. He will upgrade those items to 398, 395.
Look at that.
You can only upgrade them once, from what I can see, at least as this PTR stands right now. Now, I should make something clear. The story, which has some progress trackers in most zones, is currently bugged, and it's been bugged for weeks. There's like a cube there. You just can't continue the story. So some of this might change. But as it is right now, you can send this gear off to all your characters, and then you can get these drops, which happen very, very regularly with rares, but they kind of happen a lot as well with the normal mobs on the zone, that will allow you to upgrade that to 398, 395, depending on what it is. So a nice, fresh set of gear for your alts, very easy to passively collect while you're doing this on your main. Very similar to what we're seeing in other MMOs.
The nice thing about this gear, the best thing about it, I would say, for alts, I mean, Tidewell's saying, well, he's geared out as all his alts past this point. But that this is bind on accounts, so you can send this gear around. So say you create a new alt, when 10.0.7 goes live, this is a quick way to pretty much upgrade them.
For quite some time. Okay, let's move on to Zskera Fault then, because this is what the big deal is with this zone. The whole zone, the daily quests, everything else, is basically just to feed into the vault. What is the vault? Well, the vault is a tower inside a mountain. It's got 4 floors, each with 8 rooms each that are all sealed, and you need a key to open each of the rooms. You don't know what's in the rooms. It's a pure random potluck, what you're going to get in there. And the general idea here is that you will spend your week, if you are somebody who loves farming, really enjoys doing this kind of stuff, and loves farming cosmetics, loves getting collectibles. It's a fun way of doing this. It's basically a big loot box, but it's a bit more interesting than just like open the box and
It's an
hopefully something good
interactive loot
comes out.
box.
You will find keys out in the zone. So,
Oh, wow.
little mention on this. It gives you some keys to get started with, so you can try out the vault. So basically what you'll do is you'll go into the vault, a couple of enemies to kill to secure the vault so you can explore it, and then you will go to a door with your key, open it, and inside will be a puzzle, inside will be an enemy to kill, inside will be some things to click, things like that.
Sure.
Now, some of the rooms actually need to be...
Kind of reminds me of that bank in Harry Potter. You know, where like every bank vault they open has like some kind of spell in it or something going on in it. I don't know if you guys remember what I'm talking about. But it gives me
paired or even
that.
find 3 rooms in order to make your room work. So you might enter a room and pull a chain and it'll say a chest has appeared somewhere. You don't know which room it's in. Simple as that. You might walk into a room like I did and it's filled with fire and you can't open any of the chests because the fire is damaging you and interrupting you. So what you might find later on, as I did, is you open another door and that gives you a buff that protects you against fire. So you need that room in order to complete that room. Lots of little fun things in here. A lot of reuse of mini games that we saw again back in Zskera. So you'll see the arcane puzzle has returned. That's in here. Little fun things, jiving into slimes, trying to grab gems out of the slimes. You got to work your way in and do all that kind of stuff. And then some rooms that you simply won't know what to do with until you find the corresponding rooms somewhere else in the tower. Now, what you can definitely end up doing, and this happened to me on a couple of occasions, is opening a room that you can't do anything with, really. You'll still get a couple of chests with some gold in, some resources, things like that. And then you will be like, well, there's definitely more to do here, but I haven't found the corresponding room yet, and I don't know what to do, and then you run out of keys, and you're like, oh, god damn it. God damn, I can't do anything with this room. And it feels like you've wasted a key. And obviously the incentive there is to go out and get more keys. That's the idea. So you'll get like 5 keys, I think, to start with on your very first time into the vault. But after that, you're going to have to go and get them. Where do you get them? Well, this is where it gets a little tricky. So the NPC will tell you, it's like, someone stole our keys, they're out on the island. Go and farm mobs, right? That's what it's telling you, go and farm mobs. A couple of weeks ago, I found that rares were dropping them pretty concisely, like 50-50 chance. So I killed a lot of rares while I've been farming 10.07, and generally a 50-50 drop on keys, which allowed me in 1 week to open maybe, after 4 or 5 hours of playing, I opened maybe 16 doors. So half of the tower I managed to get open. Coming back on the following weeks, though, I killed a ton of stuff and didn't get a single key. So I don't know whether the drop rate is bugged or whether they've lowered it. But I would say to Blizz, don't do that. Like, I don't know whether they're aiming for this to be like, you should be, if you want to fully complete the tower, then you should be here 4 or 5 days over the course of your week. I think that's a bit much, considering the new approach they've taken. But then there's probably a thirsty amount of the community that's actually looking for this amount of time, but thankfully, very similar to what we saw in Zereth Mortis and the like, they'll likely be rare.
What I've liked so far about Dragonflight is the openness of just being able to do whatever you want to do. So I wouldn't want something that you could do 5 days a week, like, or that you're gonna have to do 5 days a week. So far, it doesn't look like something you have to do. Oh, the Onyx Amulet. Okay, he's gonna get into the ring. There's something related to the ring that he hasn't talked about yet.
It's in groups all the time. They're just killing all the rares. So you'll get them done super quickly. Similar to what we saw with all the renowned farming at the start of Dragonflight. I was soloing the rares, so it was taking me an excessively long time
yeah, I soloed the rares too, but it's a blood
I couldn't solo them
forever.
as Fury. That wasn't possible, but as Prot, it was very simple. It just took a hell of a long time to do, even with Prot DPS. And the second week, I didn't get any keys. I've literally, just before I record this, I've played for about 3 hours. I've killed a ton of stuff. I've done every daily quest. I've even done the Elite daily quest, and didn't get a single key to get started in the vault. So I got my quest like, hey, go explore the vault and open a door, and I simply can't get any keys, so I can't do it. So hopefully there's a bug. Like I said, the story's bugged and things, so I assume the drop rate on the keys will be adjusted to make sense there. So that's what you've got in the vault. It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun, especially if you're into farming some collectibles and looking for a less... It's not stressful in any way. Go and grind some mobs, get a bunch of keys, go inside, find pair matching doors, like playing match cards, things like that, and get a bunch of rewards.
Kill mobs, get keys, get stuff.
But the primary reward that you can actually get very, very quickly is a very, very powerful ring. It's item level 411.
There it is. I mean, lead with this. This is the most important thing. Yeah, so this is the big dick ring that we're going to all... That sounds wrong. I meant to say like a big dick ring, not a big dick ring. Yeah, I might have to edit this out of the video. I'm not sure, but yeah, oh, fuck it. Ent Grove, we'll probably just post this on YouTube anyways. Yeah, it's a 405 ring. You're going to want
and
it.
And it comes with a bunch of mods that you'll find inside the vault
and
itself.
The item level's raisable.
And these mods are everything from run speed increases, increased damage, cyclone effects. You get 3 gem slots, essentially, on this ring that will give you a whole bunch of stuff.
Right, I think you get these gems from the vault.
So you get to pick and choose them. I have, I think, 10 different mods. I've put 3 on my ring, but you get the ring immediately. You'll get it in week 1.
What you're going to do is go on Wowhead and look up which 3 are best for your class and spec. That's the honest truth.
And you'll have
There's
all
going
the
to be a
keys
best
to get
in
you
slot
started.
for every class and
so
spec.
You'll find a bunch of mods very, very quickly.
Prince
They drop pretty regularly inside the vault in order to acquire these things. So that's the main function of 10.07's patch in terms of new content, not class changes and things, is going to be this Forbidden Reach, some new dragon glyphs for you to go to, a lot of new collectibles and things you can buy, especially with this elemental overflow, a lot of vendors, so you can pick up some new stuff, some nice catch-up gear for your alts, including an upgrade path, and the main focus is, of course, your Zskera Vault, where you can run in, mess around in there for a few hours. You can be in there all day if you want. There seems to be no cap on what you want to do. If you want to spend all day farming keys, which some people will do, you can do that. That's totally fine.
I'm a little worried about this whole ring grind. Me too.
I just hope the drop rate on the keys is a little higher.
I also see it as kind of a borrowed power mechanic. We'll see. I think the ring is upgradable to like 425 item level, something like that. I'm a little bit sad because I have the double fire rings right now, and I love that fire proc and stuff, and I'm not going to have it anymore because of this ring. It's going to take a slot. So
then it seemingly
is what
right
it is,
now.
I guess.
As for the story, I couldn't really tell you anything because the story has been bugged for a really long time. So the story of Dragonflight has been good for me so far, so I'm hoping it works out well. Overall, pretty
been
decent.
Here, done that
nice
shit. All this is the same
I'm looking forward to
stuff
10.1, especially when the new season and stuff starts. So stay tuned for that. Be subscribed. We're going to be looking at 10.1 over the next few days. All right, guys. Thank you very much. I'll see you again. Bye-bye.
Blizzard said that we wouldn't be getting any more borrowed power stuff, though, and I see this ring as like just like a patch thing. Like it's probably going to carry through 10.1, and then that's it. But there it is. That's the ring. That's everything we know so far. Remember, this all goes live on Tuesday. Like I said, big kind of overshadowing from 10.1, but yes, 10.0.7 goes live next Tuesday. But you know what today is? Today's time to kill Razageth time. That's right.